perfect. The oxygen flow, the G-suit.
How are you doing?
But having the commander of the 5,000-member fighter wing at your side, the first female in history to hold the job, makes this all the more exciting. It is the most thrilling, death-defying ride you can imagine. 600 miles per hour, split-second timing, and formations that can be uncomfortably close.
Whoa, so he's about 3 feet from the wingtip.
But with Colonel Jeannie Flynn Leavitt piloting this F-15 Strike Eagle from behind that visor, I could not be in more capable hands. Not only is she a decorated fighter pilot,
almost 4 decades later, women are every part of the airborne, from the jump masters instructing at the school,
You're a clear drop.
to the drop zone safety officers, to the parachute riggers and jumpers themselves. It's hard to imagine the idea of women in the airborne ever took so long to gain momentum.
We really don't distinguish between sex in our battalion. If you're airborne qualified, you can be assigned to the 507th, and we're very proud of the women that serve in this organization.
There's no opposite test. There's nothing else that you do different. It's the exact same. So no, there's no treatment different between females and males. If you can't hang, you can't hang. You have to do the same thing the males do. It's a wonderful thing here in Fort Benning.
That pride is evident this December as the Airborne School commemorates the history of women in the airborne by hosting an operation spearheaded by all the ladies in the unit. They've even arranged for female soldiers training at the school to jump out of a C-130 together in honor of the special occasion.
It was great. Soft landing wasn't too bad. It was good. It's quite exciting because I went through.
Now, for the first time in the Israeli military, women will be manning tanks. Until now, there were female tank instructors and female soldiers enlisted in the armored corps, but never females operating in tanks. A pilot program was deemed a success. Advanced training lasting 14 weeks, going through training nearly identical to that of males. 10 females are now certified to operate each system of the Merkava Mark III tank, from gunners, loaders, drivers, and even commanders. 4 of those soldiers will become the first ever female tank commanders after completing 16 weeks of intense commander training.
Definitely both a mental and physical challenge, and was made even more difficult because we were just 4 female combat soldiers among a sea of male combat soldiers. However, I do believe it was a great success, and this is only thanks to my personal commanders and the other 3 girls that were with me.
What I like the most about being a Navy diver is just the freedom and just being able to float and move around in the water so easily, and just being able to see everything there is to see. I'm Chief Petty Officer Rebecca Jones, and I'm a Navy diver. We have the capabilities of doing a wide array of different jobs, from working underwater on a ship or doing salvage work, recovering any asset that has been lost in the water, or recovering after a storm, or doing humanitarian aid at a moment's notice. We can be ready to deploy and do whatever recovery or whatever job that we're told to do.
For me, it was a lifelong dream to join the family that I experienced growing up with a submariner father. I grew up with submarines as a sort of playground for my imagination, running between the missile tubes and swinging through the watertight doors. What really stuck with me, though, through my adolescence, were the ties that bound the entire family together.
We're a small force, team-oriented and well-trained. We rely upon one another, we look out for each other, and we support one another.
Submariners truly take care of their own in a way that is difficult to explain until you've experienced it firsthand. Being somewhat confined from the outside world, we've relied on one another, technically and personally. The entire crew really knows one another.
The mission sets and the challenges are incredibly unique.
We are looking for motivation.